Look, more glass.
Who do you got?
I got the Panzer Glass. Who do you got?
Latercase Gorilla Glass.
So Monty, between the Latercase and the Panzer Glass, which one's better? Say the Latercase. So I'm going to take the rest of this video to explain why. Val's going to show you.
And then Aaron's going to wrap it all up by updating, if there is an update, to our top 10 list for glass screen protectors.
Roll the review. Before we get started, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't hit the notification bell because, well, every single time I produce a video, Monty shows up on the internet. If you want to know more about the testing procedures that we use in this video, do check out the top 10 video that we released a few weeks ago. We go into way more depth about how we test screen protectors. I'm not going to repeat myself here, so the link is in the description section below. Let's get started. When it comes to overall coverage, the Latercase Gorilla Glass breaks the top 5, coming in at, well, 5. The Panzer Glass comes in around 12. Now, in general, the more glass that you have, the more protection that your iPhone's gonna get, obviously, but it really depends on the case that you have. If you want a smaller screen protector or if you want a larger screen protector, a lot of screen protectors today will fit most cases, but if you are unsure, well, then go with a smaller one. But if you're going with an ultra thin case or a skin or, you know, au naturel, then get a bigger screen protector. Now, I do have to point out that Latercase uses slightly thicker glass. The average screen protector uses glass that's about 0.33 millimeters thick, whereas in this Later Glass product is 0.45 millimeter thick, so it's almost 33% thicker. Do you sense the irony in that? Because Latercase is all about thin products, but their screen protector is the thickest that I've used for the iPhone 12. Is that ironic? But from a review perspective, having a thicker screen protector doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Now, Latercase doesn't say what version of Gorilla Glass they use. Belkin on their Invisible Glass Ultra used to use Corning 2 Gorilla Glass. Does Latercase use the newer Victus Glass or Gorilla Glass 6? One could hope, but I do doubt it. Anyways, for those who are wondering why Gorilla Glass is the way it is, well, it's double tempered glass, which means they take normal tempered glass and they soak a bunch of chemicals to make it double tempered, or chemically tempered. So that's the class of glass that Gorilla Glass sits in, which is premium glass, and that's kind of where I think Gorilla Glass sits in as well. I don't know for sure because it just says that it's 100% stronger, so yay marketing fluff. When it comes to installation, both products have average install tools. Both contain the bare minimum of, well, a wipe, a cloth, and tiny dust stickers. There are no frames or oversized dust stickers that you'd find on good products, or really anything to make the process of installing your screen protector easier. Now, I will add that the Latercase Gorilla Glass has top and bottom tabs, which are similar to Zag's setup, but you're still eyeballing your install to make sure that you've gotten everything straight. And that's crazy to me because both these products are not cheap, but they've got cheap install tools. Last time we checked for design was the adhesive for both products, and there was no issues. And that would be weird if they did, right? Because, you know, gluing stuff onto flat surfaces should be like the simplest thing ever. All right, let's talk about the functionality of the screen protectors. Now, when it comes to the strength of the fingerprint resistance coating or the oleophobic coating, based on our testing process, measuring the number of frames it takes a water droplet to travel 40 centimeters at 30 degrees, the Latercase had the stronger coating. Did it break the top 5? Close. It was number 6. The Panzer Glass was number 8. Now, the fingerprint coating is going to wear away after a few months. Cheap coatings, they just kind of like spray it on. Expensive coatings, they like statically applied it on. And based on what I've seen, I think both these products use the more expensive way of doing it rather than the cheaper way of doing it. Now, there is only one thing that this Panzer Glass product has over the Latercase, and that is the anti-bacterial coating that gets baked into the product. It's apparently non-toxic. I don't know how I would test that, but it's not toxic. Now, this coating isn't really going to do much for whatever pandemic we're forced to wear masks for right now, but, you know, it's still better than nothing. You know, on paper it sounds great, right? Now, one of the things that we're doing as of right now is actually testing antibacterial products. So we've swabbed a bunch of stuff. We've got a bunch of, I don't know what, growing in a bunch of petri dishes. So do stay tuned for that video because it's gonna be gross, actually. All right. Easy peasy for the functionality of the products. Let's talk about protection. Now, remember that the Latercase has thicker glass. More glass means more impact protection. And this was pretty evident to me, I think, on the first sheet that I broke, as that product averaged 443 newtons to break, which is crazy to me because that's the same force that I applied to break the ceramic shield on the iPhone 12s. But the results were so crazy to me that I had to go break the second sheet, and that broke at about 341 newtons, which is pretty typical of your chemically treated glass. That's a 100 Newton discrepancy between two products that are supposedly the same. And so it's kind of worth giving a asterisk for it because well, it's 100 Newton difference. Now, if you average everything out, it's about 400 Newtons, which makes this the strongest glass product I've used for the iPhone 12. It comes in number 3 behind all the non-glass products. But again, you've got the asterisk because 100 Newton discrepancy between one product and the next identical product. Yikes. Now, there's a part of me that wants to give more money to a YouTuber to test it, but I'm not, because reviewer, not influencer, everything comes in my own pocket. This gets expensive. Now, for the Panzer Glass, it broke on average around 338 newtons, which is pretty typical of your chemically strengthened glass. 338 newtons puts Panzer Glass at number 8 in terms of impact protection. Now, with scratch protection, based on our updated scratch scoring, which there's only 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 4, both products showed small scratches with their 6 Mous pick, which is typical of your double timber glass, which gets them a score of 2. Basically, these products are going to offer above average scratch protection. Now, if you're finding this video review comparison against these 2 products and against all the other screen protectors that I've reviewed, get your stuff through my links or support me through Patreon. This channel is unsponsored. I don't take money to do any of these videos because I just want you guys to know the best information out there, because there's a lot of marketing fluff out there like 100% stronger. So those are the details about these 2 products. What's the final verdict? Now, after Monty tallied everything up, Latercase, the Gorilla Glass Latercase product, comes in at number 2, which is very surprising to me. And the only reason why it did so well is because of its performance with the impact protection, which comes with that asterisk, of course. Now, on all other counts, this product is above average. For $35 or $29, depending on when you're looking at the website, you get 2 better than average screen protectors, which isn't a bad deal. But I'll be honest with you, you might need both of them in a very short period of time, because you're going to screw up the install on the first one, because the install tools that they give you are incredibly poor, so you need to practice on the first one so that you can get the second one perfect. Now, this is definitely the best Gorilla Glass based product. It beats out the OtterBox Amplify by a very small margin, which kind of makes sense given that the Amplify, I think, uses a Gorilla Glass as well. Well, they say it's designed by Corning, so I'm assuming they're using Corning products. I was going to say that this beats out the Belkin Invisible Glass Ultra. It doesn't, because the Invisible Glass Ultra doesn't exist for the iPhone 12. It's the Ultra Glass, and they use shot glass, which is German glass, which is not Gorilla Glass. I know way too much about glass. Now, the Panzer Glass comes in at number 9, and in general, the product is very average in terms of design and above average in terms of functionality and protection. Now, this isn't a product that I would actively seek out, given that this is 30 euros or 36 US dollars or 47 Canadian dollars. This is very, very pricey. Pretty expensive for a screen protector, given that my number 1 pick is only about 25, 26 bucks. It basically has the same stuff in it. Now, if there's a screen protector that you want me to check out, leave in the comment section below. I'd like to know what you guys kind of come across. A premium, above average screen protector. I'm not going to test any of the crappy Amazon stuff, because that just, yeah, I'm not wasting my time on really, really bad, cheap products. First time watching one of my videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, so that the next time you see Monty in a video, there's a good chance he's going to have a haircut. Yeah?